Today's story is a very old one, going back to the 1920s or 1930s. In a remote area, there was a tiny village, no more than 30 to 35 houses. The villagers had hired a watchman, the kind of guard villages usually kept to look after them. The man the villagers had hired as their watchman was named Alex. At first, everything seemed normal. Each night, Alex would arrive, patrol the village with his lantern and stick, and by morning, he would leave. Days passed quietly, and the villagers began to trust him. But after about 15 nights, strange things began to happen. The villagers grew restless, and afraid. It started with thefts. At first, a goat went missing. Then, someone's sheep disappeared. Soon after, a cow was stolen. One by one, animals from the village began to vanish in the dead of night. The villagers were shocked. How could this happen when they had a guard keeping watch? Something was not right. After a few days, the elders of the village decided enough was enough. They called a meeting, and everyone gathered, anxious and worried. The decision was made: every house in the village would be searched. No one should feel offended. It was the only way to uncover the truth. One by one, the homes were inspected, every corner checked carefully. But to everyone's surprise, not a single stolen animal, not a trace of the missing belongings, was found in any house. The mystery grew deeper, and the fear in the village spread. When the search of every house was completed and nothing was found, the elders gathered once again. They sat in silence, thinking. If every home had been searched, and nothing was discovered, then who could the thief be? Just then, one villager spoke up. There is still one house left, one person we have not searched. The elders looked at him in surprise. Who? The man replied, our watchman. Alex. The security guard. We trusted him so much, we never even thought to search his house. For a moment, the gathering fell quiet. Then whispers spread through the crowd. Some said, but he is our protector. He guards our homes and animals at night. But the elder raised his hand and said firmly, if everyone has given their home for inspection, then the watchman should not refuse either. Tonight, when he returns, we will search his house as well. And with that decision, the fate of the night was sealed. After the decision was made, 4 of the village elders stayed awake that night. They knew the watchman usually arrived around midnight, so they waited silently in the darkness. Exactly at 12, Alex appeared, pedaling slowly on his old bicycle. In one hand, he carried his lantern, its dim flame swaying with each bump of the road. But as soon as he entered the narrow lane of the village, Alex froze. Ahead of him, 4 lanterns were already glowing in the dark. A chill ran down his spine. How can this be, he thought. I am the watchman, my lantern is right here in my hand. Then whose lanterns are those? As he drew closer, the shadows shifted, and Alex finally saw the figures. It wasn't ghosts. It wasn't spirits. It was the elders of the village, standing silently, their faces half lit by the flickering light. When Alex came closer and saw the men clearly, he relaxed a little. Ah, it's you, he said. But why are you doing my job? I am the watchman here. One of the elders stepped forward. His voice was calm, but heavy. Yes, you are the watchman, Alex. But despite your watch, our animals have been stolen. Our homes are no longer safe. So tonight, we decided to guard the village ourselves. Alex looked uneasy. Then, does that mean I have failed, that my work here is finished? The elder nodded slowly. Yes, Alex. You can think of it that way. but before anything else, we want you to take us to your house." Alex stiffened. "My house, why?" Another man answered firmly, "We have searched every single home in this village. The only house left unchecked is yours. Tonight, you will lead us there. We want to see your home, meet your family, and know that you are as honest as you claim to be." When Alex heard them, his whole manner changed. Anger flared in his eyes, the rhythm of his pedaling shifted. He set his bicycle on its stand, lifted his lantern and pressed it close to his face. "Listen, villagers," he snapped, "I am not a thief. I will not let you search my home." The elders stared at him. "Everyone else has agreed to be searched. What's your problem?" they asked. Alex's voice went cold. "I will not allow it. I will not take you to my house." With that he seized his bicycle, swung onto the saddle, and rode off into the dark. A tense silence fell over the men. Then one whispered, "He has refused us outright. Let us follow him and search the house ourselves." They nodded and hatched a plan. As Alex rode away with his lantern swinging, they would put out their own lanterns and trail him in the shadows. So they snuffed their lights, and, cloaked by darkness, they began to follow Alex. The villagers crept behind Alex, keeping to the edge of the lantern's glow. Step by step, they followed him into the night. He kept walking, and the path seemed endless. An hour passed. Then another half. Still he moved on, and they trailed silently in the dark. At last, after nearly 2 hours, Alex stopped. He lifted his lantern high, then suddenly, he blew out the flame. Darkness swallowed everything. The villagers froze. They could see nothing, not even the ground beneath their feet. Whispers rippled among them. "We must light our lanterns, or we'll lose him." With trembling hands, they struck the flints. As the glow spread, their breaths caught in their throats. They were surrounded. All around them, stretching into the shadows, stood towering figures 20, 30, maybe more. Each one at least 25 feet tall, their bodies draped in flowing black robes. Their faces were hidden, their presence suffocating. The giants stared down at the villagers the way a man gazes at insects on the ground. A suffocating terror fell over the group. Their knees weakened. Their minds went blank. They didn't know whether to run, or scream. The villagers whispered in horror, "Where have we come? What place is this?" Before they could gather their thoughts, a shadow stepped into the light. It was Alex. But he was no longer the man they once knew. His form had twisted into something monstrous. He raised his lantern, its flame bursting alive with a sickly glow, and pointed it at them. His face was no longer human, eyes blazing like fire, jagged teeth glistening in the dark, and a grin that froze their very souls. In a voice that rumbled like thunder, Alex roared, "You thought I was a thief? You dared follow me here? You wished to see my family?" He spread his arms wide. And then, the towering, black-cloaked giants stirred all around him. "Behold," he growled, "these are my kin." The villagers fell to their knees, trembling. "Don't misunderstand us," they begged. "We only wanted to clear our doubts." But Alex snarled, "You have made a mistake. And now, it is too late." A dreadful silence fell. Then darkness. No one knows what happened after that night. The 4 villagers who followed Alex were never seen again. And Alex, he vanished as if he had never existed. To this day, people of that region whisper, "Never question the watchman of the night, for he may not be guarding you. He may be guarding them." For more videos please like, share and subscribe our channel. And hit the bell icon.